Hi everyone, happy Monday. Oh my gosh, it's so weird to be back on here. I took a super long break from doing Instagram lives because I was traveling over the summer, and then summer turned to fall, and now it's like almost the end of October, and I was like, should probably get back into it. So I'm happy to be here. I'm excited. Hi everyone. Hi Sally. Thanks for joining me today. This is going to be interesting. I've never done anything like this before. If you guys don't know, we're going to be doing a mini pumpkin crochet along live here right now. And hopefully we can get all the way through in the hour. If we don't, it's okay. There is a blog post. It is up right now on my blog. It's the mini barrel pumpkin blog post. It's in a rough form right now. So just bear with me, but the written out pattern is on there. It is live. All the materials that you need, that's up there, the gauge, whatever, which gauge isn't quite like 100% important for this type of project. So if you come in late or you get stuck or you don't know what's happening and you'd rather see it written out, the blog post is live, as well as you can go look at the original barrel pumpkin blog post, which has like photo tutorials along with it. So I'm also really hoping that this live will save for me on my phone. I don't know, sometimes I have the option to save them, sometimes I don't. Sometimes even when I press save, it doesn't actually save. If it saves for me, it will be up on my YouTube channel a little bit later tonight, hopefully, or early tomorrow, depending on how long it takes. Hey, Rachel. Hey, Maggie. Oh my gosh, thanks for coming, you guys. I'm like so nervous today because this is going to be unusual. So you're seeing my face right now, but in a little bit when we get started, I'm actually going to be moving my phone to a different tripod-y kind of thing. Not really a tripod. It's like my little stand that I use to make video tutorials. So I'm going to turn the camera around and put you guys there, and then the rest of the live you'll probably just be seeing my hands pretty much. So I hope you're okay with that. It is getting a little dark in here, so I've got my ring light, which I tested it. It should be okay to use like when I turn around. So when I do turn the camera around in just a minute, just stay with me. Hopefully I won't lose you guys during that transition, just because I've never done that part before. But before we get started, let's go over what we're gonna need. So let me show you what I've made. So this is my most current mini barrel pumpkin. So you can see the diamond lattice stitch a little bit better in this one than my first try. So this one I used Lion Brand jeans yarn. This is like the vintage wash color, and a size 3.75 millimeter, an F hook. And I'm using this hook again today. You can really use whatever yarn you want. You can use DK weight, you can use worsted weight, heck, you could use bulky weight if you want, and you know, but you're gonna get like a different look. So for example, this was my first attempt at a mini one. This was with Yarn Bee Rustic Romantic, and this is like a worsted weight, so comparable, although I feel like the jeans is a little bit lighter weight. But oh, thank you. I'm a little obsessed with these pumpkins too, to be honest. Like I can't wait. I can't wait to show you the yarn I'm using today. But this I used an H hook, and you can see that like the stitch pattern gets a little bit lost just because it's not as tight of like a fabric. And then you can kind of see some of like the fiber fill poking out, and I wasn't quite happy with that either. So, but it's still super cute. It still looks like a pumpkin. So you can see the difference in size. And this one, I use a different amount of chains at the beginning too. So feel free to use whatever yarn you have on hand. You can do whatever you want with this. I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. So if you've never done the diamond lattice stitch before, don't worry, we're going to go over that whole thing today. And if we don't have time to get through everything, don't worry, there is a YouTube video tutorial on my channel specifically on how to do this stitch, which is basically just doing this stitch in the round and you make a pumpkin. So grab your yarn. Today I'm using Yarn Bee Soft and Sleek, the regular kind. Don't mind, I was like frogging something off at the end of this. So it's a little crazy. This is a worsted weight. It's a little bit thicker than the jeans yarn, so I'm interested to see how this will turn out. And then I'm using my F hook, which is a 3.75 millimeter. You will also need, I stuck it to my comforter here, a tapestry needle for when we sew it all together. I've got a ton of little stitch markers here. I'll show you how to use them to like mark your stitches, which will help, especially when we do the initial setup round for the diamond lettuce stitch. It can get a little confusing as to like where you put your stitches, and having those stitch markers in place will help you kind of remember. A tape measure for the end when we measure how tall it's getting. Twine for wrapping it up at the end, and then I got my big old bag of fiber fill over here. And I have scissors somewhere. Scissors. So, okay, are we ready to do this? Oh my gosh. Again, like I said before, if you guys get lost or if you come in late, the blog post is up. There's like written instructions there, or you can go to my original barrel pumpkin post that has like photos in there to show you. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn this camera around and put on my ring light so we can see a little better. Oh, we're making a mini barrel pumpkin. Looks like this. So bear with me, you guys, because I'm so nervous. I feel like I've gotten used to making video tutorials, but at least with those I can stop the camera, I can re-record, and this is like, it's like you guys are gonna watch me make a video tutorial. So, okay, are we ready? I hope we're ready. And also, please note, like if we're going through, this is gonna be difficult for me because I'm gonna be having to like look through my phone and watch what I'm doing at the same time and read your comments. And if for some reason my hands go off screen and you can't see what I'm doing, just let me know, so that way I'm not like showing you a blank white foam board which is in front of me. Okay, all right, I think we're ready. I think we're set. Hopefully you guys have your yarn, your hook. If you don't have it, you just want to watch, that's totally fine too. And hopefully we can get this done within the next 50 minutes. So I'm gonna turn you guys around. I'm like, where do I turn you around? Okay, up here. Camera around. Yes, bud. Sorry, my kids came in. Okay, I'll move this tripod out of the way. Get you guys set up here. There you can see, here's my workspace. Here's where my hands will be. Hopefully my power cord can get moved out of the way. And then let me get the ring light on here. Hopefully it doesn't weigh it down too much or cause any like weird shadows. Okay, because it's kind of dark in here. Okay, is that okay? Can you guys see? I know it's not like the best lighting, but we'll just deal with it, okay? We'll just have some fun tonight. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna get our yarn, get our hook, and hopefully, okay, it's weird because I've got like a lot of things like covering my screen, so I can kind of see. Lighting is good. Okay, thanks, Rachel. I'm just like, hopefully this works, you guys. So start by making a slip knot on your hook. Okay, and then here is the magic behind this pumpkin, you guys. So I'm gonna be chaining 68. Okay, so if you guys are using worsted weight, you're using the size hook, you want to make the same kind of size pumpkin as me, you're going to want to chain 68, but you can chain any multiple of 4 and it'll work out. So the stitch pattern is in a multiple of 4. So if you want to make yours bigger, add chains by count by 4s. So 4, 8, 12, 16, whatever. If you want to make it smaller, just take away stitches by 4. So let's go ahead and chain 68. Hopefully I don't mess up counting. So sorry if I'm going to go quiet for a second while I do this. Okay, that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. This is really weird, you guys. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. Okay, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, almost there. Rachel, stop messing me up. I read your comment. I'm like, no, I'm confused. 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68. We did it. Okay. So hopefully you guys are going along with me and you have 68. If you have a hard time like doing long chains like this and then not getting it twisted, you can also do foundation single crochet and then just join after that first row of foundation single crochet, because our first round is actually going to be just single crochet. So this is how I do mine. Is kind of like make it straight, and then what you're gonna do is you're gonna join with a slip stitch to the first chain like this. Okay, and then you can double check, make sure that your chain's not twisted and whatnot. And then we're gonna go ahead and do the first round. So like I said, this is 68 chains, and then we joined to the first one. So you can work your stitches into multiples of 4 to get whatever size pumpkin you want. So this first round, we're just gonna single crochet. So we're gonna chain 1, and we're gonna work right back into that chain that we just slip stitched into. And we're gonna single crochet all the way around into every single chain for the whole round. So don't mind me while I do this. We can talk while we do this, hopefully. I kind of have to like lean to the side to see what I'm doing, because the way my stand is, where my phone is, it like blocks my vision. But we're just gonna single crochet all the way around, and that's your first round for, whoops, your mini barrel pumpkin. And hopefully you guys enjoy this. I don't know, it's been so long since I've done a live. But I was feeling like I miss you guys. I miss hanging out and having like a regular time to come on here. Okay, hopefully my hands are still in the screen. Again, sorry it's so dark. I don't know if I should turn on like the overhead light, or if that would make it worse. I don't know. But this ring light thing is pretty cool. I've had this for a while, and it's helpful, especially since it's getting darker so early, and then I think daylight savings time ends that first weekend of November, and then it's going to be even darker. That's the one thing I don't like about winter time. What kind of yarn and size needle? So I'm using worsted weight yarn. This is Yarn Bee Soft and Sleek. I don't know the exact color. It's like a light mauvey pink. And the hook size I'm using is an F, which is a 3.75 millimeter hook. Oh, yep, I just said it. Did you get that? The hook size and yarn? And then so far what we've done is we've chained 68, and then we joined our chain, and now we are working single crochet into each chain around. Okay. All right, and if at any point you guys are like, oh my gosh, you're going too fast, or go back and tell me this again, just let me know. I'll try to go slow, especially when we start getting into the diamond lattice part, because trust me, like, it can be a little bit tricky. I was really intimidated by that stitch for a long time, and I kept putting it off. That's why I made the first pumpkin with the mini waffle stitch, because I was like, well, that's easy. And the diamond lattice stitch seems so complicated. I don't think I'll ever be able to get it in time for like releasing a pumpkin pattern. And then I actually tried it and was like, what? It's so simple. So I'll show you guys all of my little like tips and tricks I've learned about it along the way on how to like keep yourself on track. Okay. Oh my goodness. Pardon me. It's like I should have done a smaller amount of chains, but this will still be a fairly small size pumpkin. Definitely smaller than the original, which was huge. And I absolutely love the stitch in the Soft and Sleek DK weight yarn, which actually, honestly, it doesn't seem like DK weight. It kind of seems like a fingering weight because it's really, really thin. But the stitch detail that you get with it is amazing. Like, I can't wait to work with that yarn again. Okay, almost there. Oop. Get some more yarn pulled out of there. Okay. And feel free to tell me how your Monday's going. I know that this can be a little bit tedious. Okay, almost done, guys. Almost done with our first round. Hopefully you are going right along with me. You might be faster than me tonight just because, well, I'm not the fastest crocheter, but also I'm trying to do this while like looking through my phone or around my phone. Whoop. Okay. We're about done. Here's our last stitch here, which would be 68. So every round that you do, you should have 68 stitches. Okay, so once we get to the end, we're gonna go into the top of our first stitch and slip stitch to join. So here's our first round of single crochet. So round 2, we're gonna chain 3. This counts as your first stitch. So we're not gonna work into the stitch that we joined into, and we're gonna double crochet into each stitch around. And we're gonna repeat double crochet rows quite a bit in this pattern. So just simply double crochet into each stitch around, and your chain 3 counts as your first stitch. So you'll end up with 68 stitches for this round as well. And my foot is totally falling asleep, you guys. I might have to, hold on. I gotta move it. All right, here we go. That's better. And like I said, if you guys are just coming in, you're just joining us and you want to catch up, there is a blog post already posted on my blog, meganmakesdo.com/blog, that has written instructions, or you can go to the original barrel pumpkin crochet pattern on my blog, which is like the previous blog post, and there it'll have a photo tutorial of how to do the diamond lattice stitch in the round for you. So if you guys are maybe watching this on your phone, you want to pull up your computer as well to have that as reference too, feel free to do that. And then this will be on replay for 24 hours, and I'm hoping to save it so I can put it on YouTube as well. But if not, I do have the diamond lattice stitch in the round video tutorial on my YouTube channel. So don't worry if we're not able to finish this today or you have to go, don't worry. You'll be able to find everything you need to make your own mini pumpkin at whatever time is good for you. Okay, Maker 37 says, let's see if I can read and crochet at the same time. I'm trying to make my very first scarf. Maybe one day I'll be able to crochet along with you, but not today. It's awesome to watch you do it though. Oh, thank you. Yeah, this is like something I've never done before, but I thought it'd be so fun. And now that I'm getting used to doing like videos, I feel like it's just kind of like extra practice. So yeah, maybe we'll do this again in the future. I don't know for what yet. It depends. We could always do a mini Wavell pumpkin too if you guys want. I know that like October is almost over, but I always feel like pumpkins are good through like until December 1st, right? Like you can have pumpkins out because like Thanksgiving, like American Thanksgiving is coming up, and it's still fall. It's not winter yet, so I don't know. I feel like my big barrel pumpkin is definitely going to be up all year long. It's up on top of our like entertainment center right now as decoration in our house. And then the Wavell pumpkin I sent to my older sister. So hopefully she has it on display. I don't know if she does. Okay, you guys, we're almost done with round 2, and then we're going to be diving into the diamond lattice setup row, or round, I guess I should say, which will be fun. Don't stress out. It's going to be okay. I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. We're going to use our stitch markers to help us. Yarn Madame says, I keep pumpkins out until Christmas comes out. Yes, right? I know. I'm like, honestly, I would have pumpkins out all the time if I could. They're just so stinking cute. I love them. Sal says, pumpkin season isn't a thing here? What? Oh, you know, I guess that's true. I remember, so I spent some time in Australia. I studied abroad there, and then I went back for a summer, and then back one more time when I was a nanny. And I remember, like, we were having, like, I went, like, so the group that I went with, we were celebrating American Thanksgiving while we were there. And I remember my host dad being like, what the heck is pumpkin pie? Like, they don't have that there. And he was like, so confused. I'm like, what? I'm like, we love pumpkin pie. So he made us a pumpkin pie. And we had to help him. He didn't know what half and half was either. I was like, I guess that's an American thing. I don't know. Okay, so here we are at the end. Ooh, I think this one's going to be maybe a little bit bigger than my my jeans yarn one, which I'm excited about. Okay, so we're going to slip stitch to the top of our chain 3 to complete that round. Okay, are we ready to do the diamond lattice stitch? So the stitches that you use for this next round, we're going to use single crochet stitches and, get this you guys, front post treble crochet 2 together. I know that's a mouthful, it's a lot, but I'm going to show you exactly what I mean. And what we're going to do is we're going to be working all of our single crochet stitches into our double crochet stitches, and all of our front post treble crochet 2 together stitches around these single crochet stitches 2 rows below. Okay, so what I find to be helpful is starting in the join, and then every 4th stitch, we're actually going to place a stitch marker. So then 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you guys have stitch markers, I highly recommend this, especially if this is your first time doing the diamond lattice stitch. These stitch markers will help keep you on track, especially the setup row. Like, once we get the setup row done, it's a lot easier to see where you're supposed to be working your stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I found this helpful when I was first learning how to do this stitch. And I also use the stitch markers in the video tutorial for the stitch too, just to make it a little bit easier to see. 4. So what we're doing is we're placing stitch markers in every 4th stitch, including the join, which I didn't put one in the join because my hook is there, so that keeps my spot. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. And luckily I have like so many stitch markers. I don't know, over the past year I've gotten like at least 25 new stitch markers, but these ones I've had for forever. I like them because they can easily slip in and out of your project. 2, 3, 4. Okay. And Sally said half and half is definitely an American thing. That's so funny. I didn't realize that other countries didn't do it. It's just half milk, half cream, so it's not anything like fancy. Okay. Hey, Molly. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so there's our last one. And then, like I said, like our join is also where a stitch marker could go if you want. Okay, so we're gonna start this round by working a front post treble crochet 2 together. And we're gonna work it. So we're gonna kind of go backwards here. So here's our join right here. Hopefully you guys can see this okay. And we're gonna go 2 stitches to the right and then this single crochet. So we're gonna go around the single crochet row below. So we're gonna yarn over twice, count 2 stitches to the right and down to the single crochet. You can kind of see, so here's the single crochet stitch, here's the double crochet. It kind of like, I don't know, like tilts to the left a little bit. Okay, and we're gonna go and make it around. So we're gonna insert our hook towards the back, come around the stitch. We're gonna yarn over, pull up a loop. So you should have 4 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So there's the first half of our diamond lattice. Now we're going to yarn over twice again. Here's our join stitch. We're going to go 2 to the left of our join and go back again, doing a front post around that single crochet stitch below. Yarn over, pull up a loop. Okay, so you have 5 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. You'll have 3 loops left on your hook. You're going to yarn over and pull through all 3. So can you see how we've got our 2 legs? It makes like an upside down V or like an arrow kind of. Okay, so now we're gonna go back behind us a little bit. So here's our join stitches, which is where our stitch marker would be. So everywhere that we've placed a stitch marker, that's where we're going to skip one, because we're actually going to be creating our front post treble crochet 2 together stitch right there. And so this actually becomes the join stitch. I hope this is making sense. So we're going to skip the join, and then we're going to single crochet into the double crochet stitches, and we're going to single crochet 3, basically until we hit the next stitch marker. Okay, so here's our next stitch marker, and now we know we're going to do another front post treble crochet 2 together. Yarn minimum, so 3 stitches between them. Yeah, so there's always going to be 3 single crochet stitches between your front post treble crochet 2 togethers. Okay, so we're going to make another one here, and so we're going to yarn over twice. We're going to do a front post around that same single crochet as our last one. Yarn over and pull up a loop. Yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, pull through 2. So we'll have 2 loops left on our hook. And then we are going to work our next one in this center stitch here. So if you look between your stitch markers, you see this one here in between, we've got 3. Do this middle one into that single crochet. So yarn over twice, front post around that single crochet, draw up a loop. You'll have 5 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 3. Okay, does that make sense? I hope. So then again, looking behind, you see our stitch marker. We're skipping that stitch, and we're going to go right into the next stitch, and we're going to single crochet. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Hold on. Let me get that around there. Okay. Single crochet 1, 2, 3. And sorry that my stitch markers are scraping my board. Hopefully that noise doesn't get too annoying. Okay. And we're going to repeat this all the way around. So do you guys want me to go slowly and like walk through it as I go? Or do you guys have it right now and you're good? Let me know. I'm going to move this so I can see the time. Oh my gosh, we only have a half an hour. So we may have to do like a part 2. So again, I'm going to do a front post treble crochet 2 together. Whoop. You can also just basically do the next 3 stitches over as well. Another. Okay. Yes, slowly. I just joined. Okay. So we just did our next front post treble crochet 2 together. We're skipping this stitch that our stitch marker's in. And then we're going to work 3 single crochet. Okay. So then we're going to do another front post treble crochet 2 together. So we yarn over twice. Front post. So we're going to go towards the back with our hook, go back behind that single crochet stitch, and bring our hook back up here. Yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. We've got 2 loops left on our hook. And then we see our next stitch markers. We're going to go, there's 3 stitches in between. We're going to go around the single crochet stitch below. That's the one in the middle. So here's your 3 double crochets. Find the middle double crochet and then find the single crochet stitch that it was worked into. Yarn over twice. Front post. Yarn over, pull up a loop. Yarn over, draw through 2, yarn over, draw through 2, yarn over, draw through 3. And then we skip this stitch and we do 3 single crochet stitches into those double crochet stitches back behind. So you're working your front post treble crochets 2 together stitches kind of like in front of where your regular stitches are. And then once we get through this setup row, it's gonna make so much more sense. You're gonna see it and be like, oh, I got this, no problem. So we're just gonna continue to do this all the way around. Oh my gosh, that scraping is driving me crazy, you guys. And I've got hair in here. So hopefully we finish soon and I can take my stitch markers out. Okay, skip that one. 3 single crochet. And then again, like as you get used to the stitch, you won't need the stitch markers anymore. You'll see where your stitches need to go. But this initial round can be kind of tricky to see, especially for if it's your first time doing this stitch. It took me a couple tries, and then when I figured out like, oh, I can use stitch markers, and oh, this is where I put my stitch, and it's basically you're always going to have 3 stitches in between your like front post double crochet 2 together. So you're going to have like your little V's and then your little like tops, which the next time we do a round like this, we're going to be making like the top of the diamonds that we create. I don't know if any of that made sense, but okay, I'm just gonna keep going here. Hopefully you guys are with me. If you need me to slow down or go over something again, let me know. Just comment. And I promise the next round will be a lot easier. It'll go a little faster. And remember that there is a blog post on the blog for the mini pumpkin pattern. I'll be finalizing it tonight. And then you guys can view it now for reference, and then I'll update it tonight so that you guys have written instructions for the pattern too. Okay. The first part of your front post treble crochet 2 together going around the same single crochet as the second part of your previous one. Yes, that's right. So here, yeah, you're kind of like connecting them. So here's like the second half of the one I just, oh, hold on. I'm like off screen. Okay, this is the second half of my first, or my last one. So I'm going to kind of go around. I just kind of like stick it in there however I can. But I try to still kind of go around the single crochet versus just going around like the post of the front post treble crochet 2 together stitch, if that makes sense. Okay, you got it? Yeah, so I'm working around that single crochet stitch twice. And they kind of, I don't know, they kind of just fit together. I don't feel like it gets too crowded in there or bunched up or anything. Like, it seems to go okay. Okay. Stitch marker in the way. I'm just gonna go ahead and pull that one out. Okay. Got a little bit ways to go before we get next. Oh no, Honeycombs Crochet, you got lost. No. Oh, maybe you could catch back up if you look at the blog post. Is there anything that I can help with right now? Like show you right now to help you get back on track? I know it can be like tricky, especially doing this kind of stitch. But you can get it. Just keep trying. And I promise it'll make so much more sense once this initial round is done. This is like the round 3. Okay. So again, look for, if you do the stitch marker method, look for these 3 stitches here, your center one, and then go around the single crochet below, so you know where to place your stitches. Oh no, you had it and then you lost it. Try again. I promise you'll get it. Even if you don't try tonight, that's okay. Like seriously, this is such a beautiful stitch, and it's so worth like learning, because I was very frustrated when I first tried, and like seriously, I told you guys I was very intimidated by it. But once you kind of get to know the stitches and get to know like where to place them, I don't know, it just like it clicked for me all of a sudden, and I was like, oh, I get it now. It's not so hard. But it definitely took me a couple tries. Yours is bigger than you'd like, but you're gonna restart and make this one this week using Lime Brand Heartland. Yeah, this is definitely, I think, gonna be, well, I don't know. I think it's definitely the biggest little one I've made so far, if that makes sense. But I kind of like it. It's definitely thicker, so it'll be interesting to see how this one works up when I actually like wrap the twine around it. So we will see. And I have a feeling we're not gonna make it all the way through this tonight. So we will see. You got 3 triangles and now you can't remember what to do. Okay, yeah, look at the blog post and see if that'll help you. We're doing the front post treble crochet 2 together. And so you'll work it around the same single crochet that you did your last leg of it on. And then in between the stitch markers, or if you look at 3 from where you are, it's just gonna be like that third or that middle stitch. Okay, skip 1, single crochet 3. We're almost there, you guys, almost there to the end of this round. Okay, so last one here. Whew. Work our last front post treble crochet 2 together. Sorry, I'm getting like a little off screen here. Oh boy, okay. I probably could have gone up a hook size for this one. So we're skipping this stitch here, and then we're gonna work our 3 single crochet, 2, 3. And again, remember we're skipping our join, which is like right here. And we're just going to slip stitch to the top of our first front post treble crochet 2 together. Whew, okay, we did it. We did it. We're getting there. Ooh, sorry, I bumped my little stand here. Okay, so the next round, super easy. We're gonna chain 3, which counts as your first stitch, and then we're gonna double crochet all the way around. So super quick and easy. And then I'm gonna show you guys the next diamond lattice stitch round, and then we might have to call it a day because Instagram only allows me to do this for an hour at a time, which is totally fine. I'll probably put a poll up in my stories and see if you guys want to, my legs are like cramping up here, people. If we want to do a part 2, or I can just direct you guys to the blog post. So we double crochet all the way around, and then we'll do another lattice stitch one. And that one will be way easier. We won't need the stitch markers for that one. You can keep using them if you like. If you're still having trouble, feel free to use them. I mean, why not? They're there for a reason, right? That's why we have all these thousands of stitch markers in our stash. Terry, you vote for part 2? Maybe. I'll have to look at my schedule. I don't know if we'd want to do that this week or next week. Because what we could do is maybe just so that I could show you guys like how to like wrap it up at the end. I can maybe come on and do like the last few rounds. And if you guys, like if I say, okay, get to this round or like this height of your pumpkin by the next live, and then that way we're all kind of on the same page as far as like where we're at with our pumpkins. I might be able to do it later this week, actually. I don't have a whole lot going on this week, luckily. Next week might be a little crazy. I don't know about you guys. I'm not ready for Halloween. My daughter's costume, she's just using the same one from last year. She's going to be Toothless the Dragon. But my son all of a sudden wants to be Gecko, and his current Gecko costume is like the one I made him when he was 18 months old. So it doesn't quite fit him anymore now that he's 3.5. So I had to make him a whole new one. Gotta find the time for that. Should we use a hashtag for these when we're working on them? Yes! Oh, I was going to say that too. While I finish this round, I'll talk a little bit. So if you guys are making the mini barrel pumpkins, I was trying to think of like a hashtag that we could use so I can see them, so then I can share them in my story so people can see what we did from this crochet along. So if you use hashtag, I don't know, should it just be mini barrel pumpkin or mini pumpkin crochet along like Cal? I don't know. Which one do you guys think? Am I doing a yarn under? I don't think so. I like yarn over like this. And then I think because I wrap it like this, maybe it's looking like a yarn under. Because isn't yarn under, I don't know, you go like that. I go like this. Yarn over. Mini pumpkin live, Cal? Yeah, we could do that. So yeah, use mini pumpkin live, Cal, to share any photos on Instagram of your little pumpkins that you make. And then if you tag me in the post, or I guess I'll search that hashtag every day too, then I can share your stuff. But if you do it in a story, I believe I have to be tagged in the story in order to share it to my stories. So if you tag me, then I can share it in my stories too, so people can see what we worked on together. Okay, oh my gosh. I feel like I probably should have done like less stitches for this, but oh well, live and learn, right? Like, you gotta practice and try it at least once. Okay, so we're almost done with our double crochet round, which was round 4. And round 5 is going to be another diamond lattice stitch round. Okay, so then slip stitch to the top of your chain 3 to join. Ooh, hopefully you guys are still with me here. Okay, whew. So round 5, we're going to chain 1. And then let me show you a little trick here. So, okay, so you can see our V here, this bottom half of our diamond. Here's our join stitch, okay, in our chain 3. And then here's our double crochet that went into the front post treble crochet 2 together. So like our join stitch and this stitch, if you look for the stitches that go into the front post treble crochet 2 together, put your fingers on them. You should see 3 stitches in between, right? So this middle one is going to be the stitch that we skip. So if you want to place stitch markers, you would go and find these 2 stitches that go into the front post treble crochet 2 together, find the stitches in between, and put it in the center one. So here, I'll show you on this one too. So here's our front post treble crochet, or no, here's one of our front post treble crochet togethers. Here's our other one. Oh no, here we go. Oh my gosh, don't mind me. Here's our next one. And the next one, here are our 3 stitches, and we're gonna put it in the center one. And that's always, wherever you place your stitch marker, that's gonna be the one that you skip. So then what we're gonna do is, obviously we're skipping this one. So we're gonna make a single crochet. After we chain 1, we're gonna single crochet into the same stitch as our join. And into our next stitch. And remember, this is the one that we skip. So now we're gonna work our front post treble crochet 2 together, and we're gonna go around the front post treble crochet 2 together from the row before. So we're gonna go around that one, yarn over twice again, and go around the next one. And you'll see that we're gonna actually be creating our diamond here. So there's our first diamond. Okay, so then we're gonna skip the stitch that our stitch marker's in, and we're gonna single crochet 3 right to our next stitch marker. And then we're gonna do a front post treble crochet 2 together, again around the front post treble crochet 2 together stitches from the row below, from our round 4. Oop, losing stitches. Skip this stitch and then single crochet 3. And then work another front post treble crochet 2 together. To close up that diamond. So then I know here's where I last worked the single crochet. I skip the next one and work 3 single crochet and then another front post treble crochet 2 together. And we're gonna do this all the way around. And let's see if I can get all the way around before our time is up. We've got about 10 more minutes. So again, I always look behind me, and this is the last stitch I worked into, so I skip this one and then single crochet 3. skip 1, single crochet 3. All right, how many of you guys are still with me here? Hopefully, I don't know if you're still crocheting along or just watching as I do it. That's fine too. I figured we probably wouldn't get through this whole thing in an hour. But we'll at least get through this round, and then that's basically it. And you just keep repeating rounds 4, hold on, let me count, 4, 5, 6, 7, hold on, I'll look at my pattern again, because I'm like, I don't want to tell you guys the wrong rounds. Or round 3. But you're either going to do 2 single crochet at the beginning and 1 at the end of the round, or you're going to just start out right away with a front post treble crochet 2 together. You're just watching how to get the kids out of the tub, but we'll come back to it later. Yeah, no problem. I totally get it. This is definitely hard to do, especially at this time of night too. Like I'm in California, so it's not even 5 o'clock here for me, but I know for most everybody else it's a little bit later, probably dinner time, bedtime. I know after this I'll be making dinner, getting the kids ready for bed, all that stuff. Well, I appreciate you guys watching, even if you're just watching. This was kind of fun. Even though I've been like hunched over my phone for so long, I'm like, oh, my back's gonna hurt. Okay. So we're just continuing this around and around till we get to the end. And then after this, we'll do another double crochet row, and then we'll go back to the lattice stitch row. Or round. I keep saying row. It's rounds. We're working in the round. Getting close to the end, you guys. Okay, almost there, almost there. Goodness, this would be a cute little headband though, wouldn't it? I do have plans to use this stitch again, and again using the original Barrel Pumpkin yarn, which is the Soft and Sleek DK. I don't know if you guys saw my stories back a couple weeks ago when I was at the Makers Retreat, and the day before I was like driving all over Tennessee looking for the oxblood color, because like it was nowhere to be found. And the craziest thing was we went to like 7 different Hobby Lobbies, me and my friend Stacy, and then we found like enough, and then I had another one of my testers found some too, so she sent me 2 skeins as well. And you guys, all 9 skeins that I have are all the same lot number. Isn't that crazy? I'm beginning to think they only ever had like 1 lot of it or something, because it's been sold out online too for a really long time. Okay, so here we are. We're going to work our last front post treble crochet 2 together. And we're going to join it right to that first half of our first one. Okay, and then we skip this stitch and we work 1 single crochet because we worked 2 at the start. So we work our last one because we're always going to work in sets of 3. And then we're going to slip stitch to the top of that one to join. Whew. Okay, so we've got about 5 minutes left. Oh my goodness, my legs hurt. But so the next round would be double crochet again. So you're always going to work a double crochet round in between the diamond lattice stitch rounds. And then the next time that we come around, you'll see again here, if you look. So here's our front post treble crochet 2 together stitches right here. And we have our 3 single crochets in between, including our join. So after we work the double crochet round, you'd see that we end with that center stitch, which is always the one that we skip. So instead of working anything, we're not going to chain or anything. You would just immediately do the same as you did for round 3. You're going to work around this one and this one, doing your front post treble crochet 2 togethers, and then work single crochet 3 and do that all the way around. And that way you would end with 3 single crochet right here across this way. And then again, do double crochet. So looking at, I actually printed out my barrel pumpkin pattern here. And here, I forget how many rounds I do, but basically you're just repeating rounds 4 through 7 over and over and over again until you get your pumpkin as tall as you want it to be. So let's see, this one here that I made recently, this one ended up being about 7.5 to 8 inches tall. And I think that's a pretty decent sized pumpkin. So if you want one that's taller or squattier or however you want your pumpkin to be, you can make it however tall you want. And then when you finish yours off, which I can go over, if we decide to do a round 2 or part 2 of this crochet along, then I will show you guys how to close it, because then you're just going to basically close up one side. And this is usually, I just weave this initial end in, and this becomes like the top of my pumpkin. This is the part that I gather. So I leave a long tail at the end and use this tail to close up my pumpkin. And then I stuff it with fiber fill, and then I just wrap my twine around. And I'll show you guys how to do that too, or you can look at the video. Actually, no, I don't have a video of it, but I can show you guys if we do a part 2, how exactly I do that, because that part can be a little bit tricky too. So, oh no, Steph. Okay, you're still here, but you think you messed up something. That's okay. I've got like 2 minutes left, less than 2 minutes left. Instagram's telling me. So we're going to wrap it up for today. Thank you guys so much for coming on here and joining me. I know it was a little bit different than my normal lives. It was a little bit crazy. And we obviously did not have enough time to get through the whole pumpkin. But I'm going to go ahead, I'll put a pull up in my stories right after this, as well as the link to the blog post in case you missed it and you want to go back and make your own mini barrel pumpkin. If we decide to do a part 2, I will have you guys try to get as far as possible on your pumpkin so we can finish it during the next one, since we only have an hour at a time to do this. But I thought this was really fun, and thank you guys so much for joining me here. I will be getting back into doing lives here on a regular basis. They just might look a little bit different, kind of like this one did, instead of like my typical setup. Steph says, does it curve? It's gonna kind of, you can kind of see like mine kind of does this a little bit. It will, and then it'll kind of like straighten out as we go. I'm glad you guys had fun. Okay, I've got like 37 seconds left. So thank you guys so much. Remember to use, what hashtag did we decide? Mini Pumpkin Live Cal. Yeah, Mini Pumpkin Live Cal. Tag me as well if you do a story about it or if you do an Instagram post. And watch out for the poll in my stories to see if we should do part 2, as well as I'll put a link up for the blog post. So hope you guys have a fabulous Monday. Thanks so much for joining me. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.